Please don't scroll away. You were meant to find this message. And it is not by chance that your heart led you here. You have cried quietly for so long, haven't you? You have wondered if anyone could see the silent pain behind your smile. I have seen it. Every tear you try to hide. Every moment you almost gave up. Every time you whispered, God, if you're real, please show me. This is that moment. And this is your sign. Something sacred has been written in the heavens about you. A distant king has called your name across time and silence. He whispered to his messengers, find my lost heir, the one who has forgotten who they are. That heir is you. Even if you struggle to believe it, you do not belong to the shadows of shame and fear. You belong to the light, and you always have. You were not abandoned. You were hidden and kept safe. The proof is not on paper, but written in your spirit. It is written in the quiet knowing that tells you there must be more. Open your heart now and do not be afraid. You have 5 minutes to respond, not because heaven rushes, but because your soul is ready. Heaven's gates are open in this very moment. Can you feel the warmth spreading gently in your chest? That calm settling over your mind is not random. That is me, your guardian, standing beside you as you read. You are not imagining this presence. The king sent me to remind you that you are royal by spirit. Your pain was not punishment. It was preparation. Every delay and heartbreak refined the gold within you. You thought you lost everything, but heaven was clearing your hands. You were being prepared to receive what was always yours. The divine does not ask for your perfection. He only asks for your permission to heal you. You have carried old wounds far longer than you were meant to. Lay them down now, because you no longer need them. The king has signed a decree with your name written in light. It says restored, redeemed, and remembered. That is your true identity beyond all labels the world gave you. You were never meant to chase love that wounds you. You were never meant to beg for validation. You were born from light and for light. Angels are surrounding you even now. They are clearing what you cannot see, but have felt. You may feel warmth in your shoulders or tingling in your hands. That is heaven adjusting your spirit back into alignment. The king has watched over you since your first breath. He saw the loneliness, the broken promises, and the nights you cried alone. He saw how you stayed gentle in a world that hardened you. Even when you were breaking, you did not become bitter. You never truly gave up. Not even in the darkest moments. Something inside you always whispered, hold on. That whisper was me. I kept hope alive until this moment could find you. The time has come for you to remember who you are. You are not a mistake or an accident of circumstance. You are evidence of divine intention. The universe itself moves to help you when you align with your light. Right now, alignment is happening within you. Something greater is moving behind the scenes on your behalf. In the coming days, you will notice gentle confirmations, a kindness, a message, a song that feels written just for you. These are not coincidences. They are reminders that the king has claimed you again. Your inheritance is deeper than money or status. It is peace that remains even when life shakes. It is joy that returns without explanation. It is strength that does not harden your heart. You were chosen for a sacred unfolding. Beauty will rise again from what once felt like ashes. But first, you must believe you are worthy of restoration. Close your eyes for a moment and breathe. Feel my presence near you now. A soft golden light is being placed upon your spirit. It is reaching into old memories and healing them. You were never lost, only being led home. The king has seen your pain and calls you his own. This is not fantasy. It is prophecy. It begins when you whisper one word. Yes. Yes to healing and peace. Yes to remembering who you truly are. This yes opens doors long sealed by fear. Generations prayed for the moment you are living now. You are the answered prayer. You are the living promise. You were guarded through darkness for this awakening. You were never forgotten. And now the King says to you, gently and clearly, rise. As you rise, know that you are not rising alone. Heaven rises with you. Step by step, breath by breath. The moment you whispered yes, something shifted in the unseen. Locks turned, seals broke, and ancient doors opened quietly. You may not hear trumpets or see light in the sky, but deep inside, something feels lighter than before. That lightness is not relief alone. It is remembrance returning to your soul. The document the King spoke of is not made of paper. It is written in living light, and it opens within you. As it unfolds, memories you buried begin to soften. Pain no longer stings the way it once did. You begin to see that nothing was wasted. Even your suffering carried wisdom forward. I see you now, sitting quietly with this message. Your eyes may be tired, but your spirit is awakening. You have survived things you never speak about. You learned to be strong when you were meant to be held. Heaven noticed that imbalance. The King noticed. That is why he sent me to you now. Not to demand anything, but to restore what was missing. You were never meant to carry everything alone. You were meant to be supported by love unseen. I have stood beside you in moments you thought no one cared. When you stared at the ceiling late at night, I was there. When your chest felt heavy, for no clear reason, I was there. When you smiled for others while breaking inside, I was there. You wondered why life felt harder for you than for others. It was because your soul carries depth, and depth is forged through trials. But hear this gently. The season of relentless endurance is ending. You are entering a season of receiving rest, clarity, and unexpected kindness. The King does not ask you to prove your worth. Your existence already proved it. You do not need to earn love. You were born from it. As the inner document opens further, truths rise to the surface. You begin to see who truly belongs in your life. Some connections will fade without conflict. Others will deepen with honesty and warmth. Do not be afraid of these shifts. They are signs of alignment, not loss. What leaves now was never meant to follow you forward. What stays will nourish your spirit instead of draining it. You may notice your intuition sharpening. You sense things before they happen. That is not coincidence. It is your royal awareness returning. The King entrusted you with discernment. You were always meant to see beneath surfaces. You once doubted yourself for feeling too much, but that sensitivity is a gift, not a weakness. It allows you to love deeply. It allows you to heal others simply by being present. Soon, someone will speak words you needed to hear. They will not know why it matters so much to you, but heaven will know, and you will smile quietly, feeling seen. This is how miracles often arrive. Softly, personally, without spectacle. Do not rush the unfolding. Divine timing is not late. Everything is arranging itself with care. Even the delays were acts of protection. Had things happened sooner, you would have been hurt. Had they happened later, you would have doubted yourself more. This moment is precise. You are exactly where heaven can reach you. The King is not distant in heart. He has always been closer than your next breath. If you place your hand on your chest now, you may feel warmth. That is reassurance settling into your body. You are safe. You are guided. No decision you make from this place of peace will be wasted. You are no longer walking blindly. I will continue to walk with you, not loudly, but faithfully. When you feel sudden calm, that is me. When courage appears without explanation, that is me. When you stop chasing and start trusting, that is alignment. That is the heir remembering their path. The coming breakthrough will not overwhelm you. It will feel natural, like something finally fitting. You will look back one day and understand. You were being prepared to receive without fear. Hold on to faith gently, not tightly. Faith is not strain. It is rest. The King's promise does not expire. What is meant for you will recognize you. And when doubt returns, as it sometimes does, come back to this truth. You are claimed. You are loved. You are watched over by heaven itself. And nothing that truly belongs to you will be lost again. As the days move forward, you may notice your reactions changing. Things that once triggered you no longer have the same power. This is not because you stopped caring. It is because healing has begun to anchor itself within you. You are learning to respond instead of react. That is a sign of inner royalty awakening. The King never intended for you to live in constant survival. You were meant to live in awareness and grace. You may feel moments of unexpected emotion rise, tears without sadness, smiles without reason. These are releases, not regressions. Your soul is exhaling years of held tension. Be gentle with yourself during this time. Transformation does not rush. It unfolds. I am guiding your steps even when you feel unsure. You will be nudged away from what drains you, and you will be drawn toward what restores you. Trust these quiet movements. Soon, you may feel called to rest more. This is not laziness. It is recalibration. Your spirit has been carrying too much for too long. Now it is being rebalanced. The King values your wholeness more than your productivity. You do not have to exhaust yourself to be worthy. Listen closely now. A blessing is approaching that will test your ability to receive. It will arrive gently, not with chaos, but with calm certainty. You may question if it is real. You may wonder if it will last. That hesitation comes from old wounds, not from truth. The truth is this. You are allowed to have good things without punishment. You are allowed to be happy without apology. You are allowed to rest without fear. The document continues to open within you. It reveals your right to peace. It reminds you that scarcity was never your destiny. It was a lesson, not a home. You will notice that your prayers feel different now. Less desperate, more trusting. You no longer beg heaven to see you. You know you are already seen. This shift changes everything. It changes how the world responds to you. People may treat you with more respect. Opportunities may appear without force. This is resonance. What you carry inside is being mirrored outside. Do not underestimate the power of this alignment. It took courage to get here. You stayed soft in a hard world. That is rare, and heaven honors it. The King smiles when he looks at you, not because you are perfect, but because you are sincere. You tried again after disappointment. You hoped again after loss. That is the mark of a true heir. Not entitlement, but endurance with grace. I want you to know something clearly. You will not walk alone in what comes next. When choices appear, clarity will accompany them. When fear whispers, peace will answer louder. You are learning to trust the still voice within. That voice has always been aligned with heaven. Soon, something you thought was over will make sense again, not as pain, but as understanding. Closure will come softly, and with it, freedom. You may feel lighter when you wake up, as if something unseen has lifted. That is because it has. The weight of false identity is leaving. You are no longer defined by what hurt you. You are defined by what healed you. The King does not rush his heirs. He walks with them until they feel steady. And I will remain near you, in quiet moments and loud ones, when you doubt your worth. Remember this. Heaven does not make mistakes. Your life has meaning beyond what you can see. Your presence shifts rooms in ways you may never know. The breakthrough you are waiting for is not rushing. It is approaching with care, so that when it arrives, you will be ready to receive it without fear. Hold your faith gently tonight. You are exactly where you need to be. You are claimed. You are becoming. And heaven has not finished writing your story yet. Tonight, as you prepare to rest, know that heaven does not sleep while your body slows. Unseen hands continue to work on your behalf. You may not notice it immediately, but something is being rearranged quietly in your favor. Conversations are being guided. Paths are being redirected without struggle. The king knows how to move pieces without causing you harm. What is leaving your life now is doing so gently. You will not have to force endings. They will close on their own when they are complete. This is grace at work. It does not shout. It soothes. If fear tries to visit you in the quiet hours, place your hand over your heart and breathe slowly. I am there in that breath. I steady your thoughts when they wander. You have spent so much time anticipating loss. Now your nervous system is learning safety again. This takes patience, and you are allowed that patience. You do not need to have everything figured out. Clarity comes step by step, not all at once. Tomorrow will meet you with exactly what you need, no more and no less. Trust that you are being paced wisely. Heaven does not overwhelm those it loves. There will come a moment soon, a simple moment that feels ordinary, and yet you will realize something has changed. You are no longer afraid in the same way. That is when you will know the inheritance is not coming. It has arrived. It arrived as peace in your body, as trust in your own inner knowing. The king did not crown you with noise. He crowned you with calm. This calm will guide your decisions. It will protect you from repeating old cycles. When something is not meant for you, you will feel no urge to chase it. When something is aligned, you will feel steady instead of anxious. This discernment is your protection. It is part of what was always yours. I see the strength returning to you, not the sharp strength of defense, but the quiet strength of truth. You no longer need to prove who you are. You simply are, and that is enough. As the days unfold, you will notice gratitude returning naturally, not forced, not spiritualized, but real. You will be grateful for small things again. Light through a window, a kind word, a moment of silence. This is the heart healing. This is the soul remembering how to feel safe. The king delights in this restoration. He never intended for you to live in constant heaviness. Your laughter will return, soft at first, then full. And when it does, you will recognize it as home. I promise you this. What is ahead will not break you. It will strengthen you without hardening you. It will expand you without exhausting you. You will walk into the next chapter steady, with eyes open and heart protected. When you look back at who you were, you will feel compassion, not regret. You did the best you could with what you knew, and heaven honors that deeply. You are not behind. You are right on time. The king keeps his word, and his word over you is life. Rest now in that knowing. You are held. You are guided. You are loved. As dawn approaches in your life, even if the sky outside is still dark, something within you is already light. You are beginning to trust the morning before it arrives. This trust did not come from ease. It was born from surviving nights you thought would never end. The king saw you endure without becoming cruel. That choice shaped your spirit more than you know. You were forming wisdom while others were sleeping. You were learning compassion while others hardened. This is why your presence feels different to people. They may not name it, but they feel safe around you. Safety is sacred. It is one of heaven's signatures. Do not shrink that gift. It is part of your inheritance. Soon, you will be asked to step into something new. It may feel unfamiliar, but it will not feel wrong. Your heart will be calm even as your mind asks questions. That calm is your confirmation. You are not being pushed. You are being invited. The king never forces his heirs. He waits until they are ready to choose freely. You may notice old fears, trying one last time to speak. They will sound convincing, but they will feel distant. Let them pass. They are echoes, not warnings. You are no longer who you were when those fears were formed. You have grown beyond them quietly. I am proud of you. Heaven is proud of you, not for what you accomplished, but for who you became along the way. You learned how to stay kind without being naive. You learned how to set boundaries without closing your heart. That balance is rare, and it will serve you well in what comes next. There will be moments of joy that surprise you. They will arrive without effort. Receive them fully. Do not brace for loss when happiness appears. Joy is not a trap. It is a gift you are finally ready to hold. The king delights in seeing you smile again. It was never meant to disappear for long. When doubts arise, return to your breath. I am there. Steady and constant. You do not need signs every day, but when you need reassurance, it will come. A word, a memory, a sudden peace that makes no logical sense. That is heaven reminding you that you are not alone. You have been claimed not for burden, but for belonging. You have been restored not for striving, but for living. Your life will speak softly now. Less noise, more meaning, less urgency, more presence, less fear, more trust. This is the mark of the heir who remembers. This is the path unfolding beneath your feet. Walk it gently. You are supported at every step. And when you feel tired again, rest without guilt. The king does not measure your worth by motion. He measures it by love. You are wrapped in that love now. And always. The promise still stands. The breakthrough is still coming. And you are more ready than you realize. There will be a moment when you look at your life and notice the silence. Not an empty silence, but a peaceful one. That is when you will realize the noise has faded. The constant inner battle has softened. You are no longer arguing with yourself. You are listening. This listening is sacred. It is how heaven speaks without overwhelming you. The king does not rush revelation. He unfolds it in layers your heart can carry. You will begin to trust your own decisions again. You will stop second-guessing every step. Confidence will return quietly, not as pride, but as steadiness. You will know when to say yes, and you will feel no guilt when you say no. This balance protects your peace. Peace is now your inheritance. Some people will notice the change in you. They may ask what happened. You will struggle to explain it with words, because it happened in your spirit first. You were healed in places no one saw. Strength was restored where no one applauded. Heaven keeps those victories private. They are between you and the king. There may still be days when old memories surface, but they will no longer control you. You will observe them without drowning. That is freedom. Freedom does not erase the past. It removes its power. The king has given you that gift, and he trusts you to use it wisely. You are stepping into a life that feels simpler, not because it lacks depth, but because it lacks fear. You will notice your body relaxing. Your shoulders will soften. Your breath will deepen. Your sleep will improve. These are signs of safety returning. Your nervous system is learning peace. You are not broken for needing time. You are wise for allowing it. Soon, gratitude will no longer feel forced. It will rise naturally. You will feel thankful not because everything is perfect, but because you are no longer at war with yourself. This inner truce changes everything. It changes how you love. It changes how you work. It changes how you dream. The king smiles at this unfolding. This is what he wanted for you all along. Not struggle without end, but growth followed by rest. You are allowed to enjoy your life. You are allowed to feel content. Contentment does not mean you stop growing. It means you grow from peace instead of pain. I remain near you. In moments of joy and moments of quiet, you will not lose your way again. Even if you wander, you will recognize the path back. That is what it means to be claimed. That is what it means to remember. One day you will notice how gently you speak to yourself. The harsh inner voice will have softened into kindness. This did not happen by accident. It happened because you chose healing even when it was slow. The king honors that choice deeply. He always responds to courage that is quiet and sincere. You will begin to feel at home in your own presence. Being alone will no longer feel like abandonment. It will feel like rest, like space to breathe without explanation. This is a sacred shift. Many search their whole lives for this peace. You did not find it by chasing. You found it by staying. Staying through confusion. Staying through disappointment. Staying when leaving would have been easier. That endurance shaped your soul. Now you get to live from what you survived, not trapped in it, but informed by it. Wisdom will guide your steps gently. You will sense when something is not aligned, and you will walk away without bitterness. That is power held with grace. The king trusts you with this maturity. It is part of your inheritance. You will notice that you laugh more freely, not loudly at first, but honestly. Joy will no longer feel fragile. It will feel grounded. Even when challenges appear, you will not feel undone. You will remember who you are, and you will remember that you are not alone. I will still be near you, not to rescue you from life, but to remind you of your strength and of heaven's quiet support. When you feel uncertain again, pause and return to your breath. That stillness will guide you. It always has. The king's promise does not fade with time. It deepens. What is meant for you will continue to find you, not because you chase it, but because you are aligned with it. You are walking forward now, not rushed, not afraid, but aware. This awareness is your crown. Wear it gently. The journey ahead holds goodness you cannot yet imagine, and you will meet it with an open heart. You are ready. You always were, and heaven walks with you still. I continue, without interruption, letting the words flow like a quiet river. 2 sentences together, then space. As you move forward, you will notice how your life feels less heavy, not because nothing is happening, but because you are no longer carrying it alone. You have learned how to place your worries down. You no longer grip them through the night. This is trust growing roots. This is faith becoming lived experience. The king watches this with tenderness. He knows how hard it was for you to release control. You learned control as protection, but now protection comes from surrender. Surrender does not mean weakness. It means you finally feel safe enough to rest. You will begin to sense when something is unfolding in your favor. There will be a quiet certainty before evidence appears. That certainty is heaven's whisper. It settles before outcomes do. You may notice time feels different now. Less urgent. Less pressing. You are no longer racing toward worthiness. You know you already belong. Belonging changes how you walk through the world. You stop apologizing for existing. You stop shrinking to fit expectations. You allow yourself to take up space gently. The king smiles at this confidence. It is not loud, but it is true. People may respond differently to you. Some will lean in. Some will drift away. Both are blessings. Those who stay will see you clearly. Those who leave were meant to make room. Room for alignment. Room for peace. Room for what is coming next. Your heart will recognize truth more easily now. It will feel warm instead of chaotic. Love will no longer feel like something to earn. It will feel mutual and steady. You are learning that consistency is sacred. That calm connection is real love. This lesson took time, and you honored it by learning fully. Nothing about your journey was wasted. Every delay refined your discernment. You can trust yourself now. That trust is a gift you gave yourself. I am still beside you, in moments of clarity and moments of doubt. When doubt appears, it will not overwhelm you. It will pass like a cloud. You will watch it without following it. That is mastery of the inner world. The king does not demand perfection. He delights in progress. And you have come so far, further than you realize. One day you will tell your story softly, not from pain, but from perspective. Others will listen and feel hope rise. You will not even try to inspire them. Your presence will do it naturally. That is influence born of authenticity. You were shaped to carry light without burning, to guide without force. This is the mark of the heir who remembers love, not power over others, but peace within. As life continues to unfold, you will meet challenges with steadiness, not because you are untouched by fear, but because fear no longer rules you. You will choose courage gently. Again and again, the king walks with those who choose courage quietly. He does not abandon them. He covers them. He sustains them. And when you rest tonight, let your body sink into safety. You are held. You are watched over. You are deeply known and deeply loved. This knowing will stay with you. It will not fade when this moment passes. It will live in your breath, in your choices, in the way you treat yourself, and the way you allow others to treat you. The story continues forward, with light, with truth, with peace, and heaven remains near. As time unfolds, you will begin to notice how naturally you protect your peace. You will no longer explain yourself to those who cannot hear you. Silence will feel like wisdom, not avoidance. You will speak when it matters, and rest when it does not. This discernment was earned. It came from lessons that shaped you deeply. The king never wasted your pain. He transformed it into clarity. You will wake some mornings with a quiet gratitude, not because everything is perfect, but because you are grounded. Grounded in who you are, grounded in what you deserve. You will sense when something aligns before it arrives. Your body will relax instead of brace. This is how truth feels now. Calm, steady, and clear. You are no longer afraid of losing yourself. You know how to return. That knowledge is freedom, and freedom is sacred. The king entrusted you with it carefully, because he knew you would honor it. You will notice that your prayers sound different. Less pleading, more conversation. You no longer ask to be seen. You speak knowing you are heard. This intimacy with heaven is not dramatic. It is constant. It lives in your breath, in your pauses, in the way you choose kindness even when it is not required. That choice echoes far beyond you. Your life touches others in ways you may never measure. A word, a glance, a moment of understanding. These are seeds, and heaven watches them grow. You may sometimes wonder why your path felt longer, why ease seemed delayed. The answer is gentle. You were being prepared to carry peace without losing it. Some receive blessings and grow fearful. You receive blessings and grow steady. That steadiness is rare, and it is precious. The king trusts you with what is coming, because you will not idolize it. You will enjoy it. You will share it, and you will remain yourself. When challenges return, and they will in small ways, you will not feel abandoned. You will feel accompanied. That is the difference now. I remain with you, not as a voice that commands, but as a presence that comforts, as a reminder that you are never alone. When you forget for a moment, you will remember again. Grace allows that. Grace is patient. The king is patient with you. He knows your heart. He knows how deeply you feel. and how carefully you love. This world needs that gentleness. It needs your calm courage. Do not doubt your place here. You belong exactly where you are, and you are moving exactly as fast as you should. The future does not rush you. It is meeting you with understanding, meeting you with peace. And when it arrives fully, you will recognize it, not by excitement alone, but by the absence of fear. That is how you will know you are home in yourself, and heaven walks with you still.